What's up guys, in this video we're going to be installing these 4-inch light bars from Nilight on my girlfriend's Subaru Forester, but they should be pretty much universal for any car and should be able to be wired up and mounted on any car. And we are using Nilight's hood brackets here to put them on, which I will show you later how this is installed. But it clamps on to the hood like this actually, and then the light will screw on top there, and they'll be kind of mounted at the edge of each side of the hood and shine out how we adjust them. And these brackets here both come with the Allen keys you need to adjust them and everything, and they also have these rubber pads to keep it from scratching your paint. And then here are the light bars, and by the way, I will leave a link down in the description for both the brackets and the lights, so you can go check them out yourself from Nilight. And here's the light. This is the yellow tinted one because she already has some just plain ones on her car that are just clear in the chrome, so we went with the yellow ones for this. As you can see, there's the light from Nilight, and just the wires, which I'll show you how to wire it up later. And then there's just the other one there. They come in that bubble wrap. And here we have the wiring kit that you use to wire it up to the car, which I will also show you how to do that, because there's also two of these are already wired up, so I can show you how those are. And then we will use this kit the best we can to kind of combine them together, and probably just have two switches for each of the lights. And then here are some tools and hardware that will be needed to mount the lights. These black pieces here are the ones that go on these lights, and we'll mount them to those brackets there, which I will show you all of this in more detail whenever we actually go to install it. You can see there's that paper included there, which you can see it has the fuse and the connections to connect it to the battery, and then it also has a switch there, which we will route to the inside of the car, and we'll just route it through the firewall. You should be able to do that on any car. And I can show you the one already installed and then show you how to do this one in detail so you know how to do it. So let's go ahead and get started with the installation. Okay, so the first thing you want to start with is attaching the brackets to the actual lights themselves. And to do that, you'll have to put, this is the bracket that goes on the light, and then this is the bracket that goes on the car, so you have to attach this to the part that goes on the car. So here's one that I put together and have set at the right angle. This is what will go on top of the car, and I'll show you how we screw this onto the hood in a second. But all you got to do is take this screw out here and put it through the top of that bracket and tighten it down, and then that's what that part looks like. And then if you look in the back of the light, you see there's that nut that's stuck in there, and then there is the included bolts in the hardware kit, and you'll put those through the back of this hole here. And pretty much how it'll work is this will just sit like that, and then you'll put the screw through and tighten it until you get it to the right angle that you need it to be. And you need to do this before you put it on the car, otherwise you won't have any room to actually screw it on. And then we'll use these little set screws here with the smaller Allen key to actually put it on the car. And you can see these are not connected to the wires currently, which you'll do that once you put them on the car. I started the wiring. I'm going to go ahead and stop this video and turn on the flash so you can actually see what I've done here. So I've started by, you can see there's two wires here. That's because these lights have already been installed previously, so just ignore that. But all these new shiny wires is the new wiring harness. So this is just extra wire here, so you can just ignore that. I'll put this aside so it's easier to see where it is. But you can see here there's this box. Don't know exactly what it is. You can see there it's got the diagram of it. This is the one for the old lights. This is the new lights. I just screwed it onto a secure part of the car just so it's not moving around. And then you can see everything passes through this here. So this wire right here going into the car with this white plug is the switch, which I just ran through the firewall up there. You can see there's a little grommet, and you just push the wires through that, and run them into the interior. And then you can see I just drilled a hole in the little fuse panel here and popped the switch through. And then you can see over there, these are the old lights that are working. You can see the switch lights up whenever you turn them on. And this is also a Nilight kit. And then this is the new switch there for whenever I hook up those lights. But you can see it's connected to the battery. Obviously, just attach the red wire to the positive terminal of the battery, and then the black wire to the black terminal of the battery. And then all these extra wires, make sure you have them zip tied out of the way of anything that moves or gets hot, so that you don't have any issues with fires or anything stopping working. And you can see all these extra wires, I'll zip tie them out of the way over here so that they don't make a mess. And this is a 2018 Forester, so if you have one of those, you can follow this tutorial exactly. But if not, it's pretty much the same general idea for any car. You just kind of have to adapt to where the battery is and where the hole in the firewall is and all that. So now that these are attached, you can also see there's a fuse in here attached to the positive. And then there's 3 wires that come out of this box here. One of them's the switch, one of them goes to the wires that actually get power from the battery, and then the other one goes here, and this is the one that actually attaches to the light bars themselves. You can see these 2 plugs here go to one light bar, and then the ones further down go to another one, and I will show you how to attach those whenever we get them mounted and on the car, and also all these wires zip tied where they're supposed to go. So now one of the lights is mounted. You can see how it goes on. It just clamps onto the edge of the hood, and this rubber protects it from getting scratched. And then you just take the included Allen key and tighten all of those 5 set screws right there into the hood, and it just basically clamps it down. And it's actually a pretty good system because it is easily removable and doesn't damage the car, and it is really solid. And you can see how I have the light screwed on. And then back behind here, if I can get a good view, you can see there's the curved part, and then right there's the other Allen key screw there. And make sure that you put a lock washer and just regular washer on that screw right here, otherwise it won't get tight. And then that also keeps it from coming loose. And then you kind of just adjust it however you want. And then once you get it facing the right way you want, you just tighten it down. And then it's all mounted down like that. And then the wire will stick through like this. And then I'll show you how we attach that to those once I get the other one mounted and all these wires cleaned up, and then it will be done. Okay, so both of the lights are mounted now. And now it is time to plug them in. And you can see they just have these wires here, and actually you can you'll have to pull these little pieces off, and you'll expose the bare wire there if it would focus good. And then there's these included connectors here, and all you got to do is push them over the edge of the bare wire here and crimp them down with just some needle nose pliers or whatever pliers you have, or a wire tool right there on that indentation, and it'll clamp the metal down onto the wire there. And then that's when you'll come over here, and this is the wiring harness that is attached to the battery in this box here. And then these are just plugs, and they just plug right into those blue connectors there. And then after you plug those in, you are all good to go, and everything will be connected. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then make sure all the wires are zip tied out of the way, and then we'll show you what it looks like when they're finished. Okay, so they are all installed. I tucked the wiring underneath this panel here, and the rest of it is just kind of zip tied across and all secured down. Just make sure you do a little once over it before you're finished installing it. You can see there's the light there, and then the wire just runs down, and then the other one goes across here to the other side of the hood, or wherever you decide to mount these. Just have them in that little channel here, and then it comes up and around to the mounted light. And then if we go to the inside, you can see there's the switch here, and if I flip it on, you can see the light turns on. And now you can see that the lights are on. So now I'm gonna go ahead and close everything up, and we'll do a little test to see how far the lights shine. So here's what they look like whenever they are on. I have them tilted to the side a little bit, so because we already have the light bar down here and then the grill to shine forward for like off-roading on like trails and whatnot. So these turned a little bit to the side. You can see here, so you can kind of see more to the side of the car. And they are tight, and I can still adjust them a little bit just by twisting them like this. You can see they still kind of adjust a little bit. And that's what they look like. They are super bright, and they're kind of mostly yellow, maybe like a slight tint of green to them, but you can see they are really bright. This is what it looks like looking forward, and we have them pointing kind of diagonal away from the car, and that is what they look like. And these are definitely a great budget light bar. I also, the ones on the grill and down in that lower grill part, I was impressed by too, and the kit and everything they send you with the kit makes it really easy to install with just the connectors and way to connect it to the battery and everything, and it makes the car look a lot cooler, and also has a use to it because when we were going on some trails at night, one thing I did notice about those is that you still couldn't really see to the side of the car if there's anything like turns and stuff on like tight paths next to trees. So those will definitely help with that. And they definitely shine more than far enough for what we need them for. So I would definitely recommend these. I'll leave a link down in the description so you can check them out for yourself. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I hope I did a good enough job showing how to install them. But if anyone needs any help, just leave a comment down below and I can help out. But please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.